you guys ready? Can you guys hear me all right?
I can.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jack and Cesco, Michael Woodward.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome back to another episode of Jack and Chesco in the morning. Today is a very special episode as we actually have another special guest, our first Chapman Radio collab.
Yes.
It is Jack and Chesco X in an alt.
Oh,
Michael Woodward.
Yep.
it's
Amazing.
Me, baby.
Michael Woodward is here.
The one and only.
You are up bright and early today.
You know, the way that my brain works is that I'm usually awake until 4 in the morning, and then come 10, I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I need to wake up, otherwise I won't start
Like a
functioning.
splash
Yeah.
of water in the
I think yesterday I didn't get out of bed till like 2, so it's just the counter of
There
it,
you
you know?
go.
That's right.
Exactly.
See, I can never do that. I'm a little eepy, you know?
Mm.
I once it gets to like 11 o'clock, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to sleep. And then I sleep.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Exactly.
enough.
That's live footage of me sleeping. I go,
Ole mole.
ole mole.
Pauly,
Yes.
I know we introduced Michael Woodward. How
Uh-huh.
are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. It's glad to be back. We've been gone for like 2 weeks or something.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't gone for a little bit.
Yeah. We've been gone for a little bit. I think just due to
Just
it was Callie's
midterms.
birthday, I remember, and
I mean, it's popular.
You went to it was Callie's birthday. That was a great time. She's now 21, so go shoddy. It's your birthday. It's a party like it's your birthday. You're gonna sip Bacardi legally, like it's your birthday.
Yep.
And you know we don't give a fuck about your birthday, you know. But Callie's 21. Happy birthday, Callie. I think she's sleeping right now. 'Cause
Happy birthday, Callie.
Thank
I don't know who Callie is, but I'm currently tangled in my chair.
Callie is Chesco's girlfriend.
Oh my God. But it was a great time. We went to Margaritaville.
Oh, that's
Jimmy
cool.
Buffett, one of the best.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We went
okay.
to Margaritaville, and then you went to a Dodgers Cubs game.
Yes.
Whoa!
I went to a Dodgers game.
Are you a Dodgers fan?
Yes.
Okay,
I am
good.
a Dodgers fan.
What?
I knew I loved it.
This-
I'm from LA.
He's a Giants fan.
Beat
Well,
LA.
fuck you.
I know,
Hey,
right?
go fuck yourself.
I like the Giants. They play baseball.
Fuck the Giants.
Be a fan of a real team.
You guys literally lost the game that you
Not
went
to the Giants, though.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did lose to the Giants.
Not to the game I went to.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I can't even name.
That's not how I remember.
I can't even name one Giants player.
Chesco, my friend. You keep following those Giants. I'll keep enjoying my every single year regular season success. That just
I was gonna
happens
say,
for me
I was
every
gonna say,
single
key-
year.
keyword-
Yeah, we'll follow our
Keywords are-
success with crazy money and players that don't know how to treat women. Yeah, go
What?
ahead. Go crazy. You know this, right?
All I know is that keywords is you said regular season success. We make it to the
Hey, man.
postseason. It's like, all right, this is our year, and then we just get
Hey, yo.
dominated.
Oh,
and it's
well,
like, okay.
when was the last time the Giants did well in the
Who even
postseason?
are the Giants? I can't even name a
Oh my
Giants player.
God! I can't do this anymore. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be asking Michael some
I have some,
hard-hitting questions.
Some hard-hitting questions.
So, Pauly, go first, please.
All right. I just wrote down some questions, some very basic stuff, some of the kinds of stuff you'd find on maybe Hot Ones or Johnny
Oh,
Carson or
Yeah,
stuff like
naturally,
that, right?
naturally. I do love Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo, yes, of course.
Shout out Krista Pauly.
Shout out Krista
I
Pauly.
feel like Krista Pauly watches Johnny Bravo.
Well, I mean, she knows. I guess. Not a Johnny Bravo stan, I guess.
Oh.
Question 1. You ever lie for fun?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Last Thursday, I was not the D. We went to Paul's afterwards, and there was this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't remember his name.
We'll refer to him as Chesco for now.
Sure,
Oh
we'll
my
refer to him as
God.
Cesco. But he was this guy. Oh my God, he was so fucking weird. He was one of those. Yeah, I graduated like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it is. Nice.
Like right now, I'm
yeah,
like I have my own clothing brand. Like
Oh, so he spends his spare time hanging with younger people.
Yes.
Because he's
At
having
fucking
an
Bart.
age crisis
Exactly.
because he graduated 3 years
Exactly.
early. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's like, what are you doing here?
Uh-huh.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Who made
So-
me a psych major?
I know, it's fucking ridiculous. This guy, he's like, yeah, so I like to sell shirts. I already sold 4 shirts today. And I'm like, dude,
you're
this
like
is
making
so
5,
cool.
brother.
Please tell me the shirts are like bootleg Garfield smoking weed. Like some crazy.
No,
like,
they're
shit.
like something.
Or are they those cool?
asshole Or like,
Are they the ones with like
dumb
the
designs.
gangster SpongeBob ones? Because those ones go hard.
Those
love
would
those.
sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
but
those
his,
sell out of. Wait, you know what? I think I saw. You said like they say like assholes live forever.
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like I don't remember what it said, but it was like, you know how a bunch of clothing brands do like. It's like 3 words that are just like kind of random and you wouldn't think of it. but
Live,
it's like,
laugh, love.
No,
Amen.
you think of those. but
Amen.
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 All right.
Amen.
But it's like it was one of those generic dumb clothing brands that he has, and we were introducing us. So it's not, hey, I'm Connor, I'm Seth, all right, and then they got to me like, I'm Marshall, and then it's like, and you guys are all juniors, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what do you guys study? And it's like, oh, I'm this, and I'm like, I'm screenwriting. And it just continued,
just
and
like, yeah,
and then
that's,
like
yeah.
because I was with Seth and Connor, and they looked at me and they're like, huh? I'm like, I'm never gonna see this asshole again. It's just fun to lie.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Do you do that?
Yes, I do. It's more so because I have. Here's the deal. This might sound a little bit like this is gonna be another like Chesco shut the fuck up moment. But the honest truth is, I have a lot of ops.
Yeah. I understand.
And I am, although I am the certified opastapa,
Yes.
I literally just cannot trust anyone. Like, I would rather be carried by my 6 than judged by 12. And like so
retweet.
Mostly if I see someone that like I don't like if it's just like someone like annoying at like a kickback, I just lie to them about their name, and then someone from the
About their name?
or I lie to them about my name. And
I'm like, oh my god, what's up, Ryan? No, that's your name.
that's not my name. No,
Just
now
gaslight.
it is.
Gaslight
That's your
them.
name.
I love that.
But like, and then like someone in the corner will be like, "Yo, Chesco, yo, come here," and I'm just like, "Oh."
You're like, see ya.
I think the best time. I think I've told this story on the show before. My favorite time that I lied for fun. See, so back in 4th grade, I had dreams to do anything. I had hoop dreams, and I also had chess master dreams. Like I had Queen's Gambit
Chess
dreams.
master.
Oh.
So I was actually taking chess lessons, and I'm not kidding.
Are you still good at chess?
No, I forgot everything. But I would love to learn again.
I've been playing chess.
You gotta
on
fight
chess.com. I'm ranked 800, which means I'm like top of the beginners. So
Damn.
Is that like on like chess online? Like
chess.com.
Chess.com.
Yeah.
Chess.com, that's right.
Yeah. Hit
But
me up.
what happened was there was a kid that was it was like this world-renowned chess, like this like Slavic chess player that would
Naturally.
teach us. And it was me and 2 other friends, and it was like a private session, and then this other kid joined. And this kid was so annoying. Like, I get it. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. Like, that's me. Mostly around, like, my friends.
Yeah.
But this kid was, like, full throttle. And it was just, like... So, when we would get paired to play each other, he would make a move, and I would sit there. And sit there. And just sit there. And I was just so annoyed. I didn't want this kid to keep talking. Are you going to make a move? Come on, man. Come on. And I would waste this kid's time until we got switched again.
Nice.
I guess that's my lying for fun story. Because in reality, I could have played this kid,
See,
but he was just so annoying.
My favorite lying for fun story, and this is not a recent one. I wish I had a more recent one, but the classic lying for fun story. I have 2 younger sisters, right? One of them's 2 years younger than me. The other one's like, I don't know, 6 years younger than me. And the one who's 6 years younger, her name's Caitlin. When she was, I don't know, 6 years old or something, my other younger sister and I convinced her that vampire bees exist.
Vampire bees.
Yeah, they sting you and they suck your blood.
That's amazing.
And we're like, yeah, because
Yeah.
vampire bees. And
No,
she was
yeah.
like terrified.
Absolutely.
And we
Vampire bees
we
are an
had that going
epidemic.
for like a good day and a half.
All right, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Woodward, what is
me.
something that has been in front of you this entire time that you just learned about, like just something in inanimate like life, like something?
I have something
Like
for this
if-
too.
Man.
I was gonna say if you want like an example. I'll
Yeah, give me an example.
So my recent example was I found out. Oh shoot, I just blanked on it. something to do with Oh, it's the pizza. When you get pizza and there's a little table in the middle.
It's to support the box.
No. It's to actually, when the pizza's not cut right, you hold down the table and you pull it.
I feel like that's a secondary.
Is that a secondary use?
Yeah.
Well, I was just told that, and I just thought that was like so mind-blowing.
I think it's to support the box because you think about it, if like a pizza company or if like a pizza shop really wanted to cut costs, they wouldn't leave the thing in there just for people to pull the pizza apart.
That's
You know,
fair.
they have something in there to support the box.
I always thought it was. I mean,
I
I
just
thought-
find them to be useless in general because it's a cardboard box and it's usually gonna be supported either way.
But if
like-
you have multiple boxes on top
Yeah,
of each other,
I guess
you
that's
know,
fair. I guess that's
the pizza
fair.
might get squished.
That's true. And you don't.
And
want
what
no
if you have
squished
like a pizza box and then like a bread box or like soda or something like that on top of it? You know, pizza gets squished.
What would you say your like recent realization?
Oh man, recent. I understand why you guys do this at like 10 in the morning now. Jesus. Oh man, I mean, I can't think. The only thing that's coming to my mind is just how much I've missed this warm weather. Because I'm from LA and I'm like a lizard and I liked being able to just sit outside in the sun and then be warm and then go inside.
Are you from like central LA or like around like outskirts?
Okay, well technically, I'm from Thousand Oaks.
Okay.
So anyone who's from LA,
It's LA County, right?
it's
What?
It's
It's
Ventura
not?
County. It's right on the
Oh.
edge. And so whenever I say I'm from LA, because it's like for people who's not from LA, it's easy to just be like, yeah, I'm from LA.
Mm-hmm.
But then if I'm like talking to people who are like, oh yeah, I'm from like Torrance or I'm from this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm from Thousand Oaks, and like that's not LA.
No, like my
That's
girlfriend
not
says
LA.
she's from San Francisco, but in reality she's from Burlingame, which is 20 minutes
I mean,
out.
Which is what everyone,
You
at
gotta-
least
But
everyone
it's
in
not
Chi-
that
yeah.
far.
I
from
say
the
I'm from
city.
San Jose when I'm from
No, you're
20
not.
minutes out.
No,
but-
you're not. You're
What?
not from San Jose.
Where am I from then?
You're from Mountain View, California.
Okay, but not everyone knows where Mountain View is.
Well, they should because that's where you're
They
from.
should though, because it's Google headquarters
That's
and shit.
well. Oh, that's right.
Google
Yeah.
headquarters. I'm right next to Apple
Apple's
headquarters.
Cupertino. Yeah.
Palo Alto is Meta.
I have a friend actually. I'm gonna shout her out right now. Shout out Brenda Lai. Do you guys know Brenda?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
do.
know her.
Brenda Lai
Makes the
literally.
TikToks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brenda is one of the only people that I know who will actually say where she's like she's from Cupertino.
Oh.
And she's just like
You
she's
don't know
just
what
like,
Cupertino is.
I think
You'd be shocked. I don't really think
I
so.
think
people
the
know where
only,
Cupertino
I
is.
think the only reason people would know Cupertino is because
Their
of
phone.
iPhones.
That's right.
and
But
I think that's the only reason I would know about. I always
but based on that,
Yeah.
because then that people should know about Mountain View. Because Google.
No, but when you look
But
at
it's
your
frickin-
weather app, it says Cupertino. It's like, wow, I guess it's
I'll
sunny in
be
Cupertino
honest.
today.
I'll be honest. I wanted to just perform a little bit of lying that I just did, where I pretended like I knew about where whatever city you're from is.
Damn.
And I didn't
That's
know.
crazy.
And then and then you
Damn.
went Google headquarters. And went, oh yeah, no, I know that.
That's crazy. What is your like recent fact that you found out?
It was, I don't know, 3 days ago or something when I realized that, I don't know if you guys know, you probably don't, but you might. Ethel Cain, you know who Ethel Cain is?
I think so. Name sounds familiar.
Ethel Cain is trans.
Oh, nice.
I was like,
yes.
what?
Emily told me about this. I knew this.
I didn't know.
And Emily told me that you guys were like really shocked when you
I
found
was
that out.
shocked. I was like,
Mm.
huh?
Mhm.
And I'm butchering it. Kim
Petras.
Petras. I was gonna say.
I knew
Petras.
that.
Mhm.
I knew that. Kim Petras was one of the youngest people to transition. I remember.
And I believe the first transgender person to
win a Grammy.
A Grammy.
Yeah.
Which is
Mm.
super cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love that. Very proud of her. Don't like that song, however.
Well,
Unholy.
Can we play Unholy?
It's disgusting.
I love Unholy.
He started playing Unholy one time, and I literally stepped out of the car.
don't know that it's getting hot.
All right, I have a question for
doing
you.
something on Pauly.
Oh, because Jack Pauly. From
Okay.
the Pauly's pocket, by the way.
So
I have a question.
Okay.
Sorry, did you have something to say?
I just want to say we're gonna do a send off episode for you, of course. But I just think that like I'm gonna spoil something ahead. I'm going to make a full Pauly's Pocket lore, and I'm going to make the story.
There already is lore. It's called My Life.
No, it's
but it's not lore.
it's not like
I
epic
see.
with the dark
It's not epic.
Well,
Oh,
no, not like
come
that, not like
on.
that, not like that.
You're
It's
being
like,
mean now.
It's like no, it's like because the whole thing is there's like the dark wizard and there's the pocket of light, and you have to find the pocket of light, and you find the pocket of light through going through all these different music streams, which are just your music taste, and then along the way you team up, you meet your
Does this story involve Polly Pockets like the toys?
no,
It has to.
It involves an alter like a doppelganger named Drew Yandi Memes, and that's gonna be that.
What if though the entire story is filmed using like live action, using like Polly Pockets, and you're just
that'd be
doing
sick.
like.
That's
So-
crazy.
What is your experience with Polly Pockets like the toys? Because you had sisters,
Oh,
right?
Polly Pockets.
Did they
Yeah.
use?
My
did they have Polly
sister,
Pockets?
my sister never used Polly
Okay,
Pockets.
because
But she
my
had
two
a-
sisters loved Polly Pockets.
She had a friend that was really obsessed with them though, and that's a vaguest memory. All
Okay.
right, your next question.
My question.
Yeah,
This one goes to Michael Woodward.
that's
right here.
me.
Mario movie Princess Peach.
Oh,
Wood?
would.
Wood.
Turn off his mic. He's gonna say something controversial.
Would. But here's the
Okay, good,
wait.
good.
Can
Good.
Are we gonna save another episode to talk about the Mario movie?
We can talk about it now. You've seen it, right?
I've
Holy
seen it. I was
shit!
gonna say I've seen the Mario
If
movie.
you guys have not seen the
Stop
Mario
yelling
movie,
into the mic. I
I'm
still have
sorry.
to correct this in post all the time.
You know what? Oh my god.
you have to go see the
I-
Mario movie.
I get to scream about the Mario movie. Okay, that movie is
I don't
literally
know
a
if
movie
the
based
people
on my life.
watching the VOD would, their ears would enjoy it, but continue.
Okay, here's the deal. The Mario movie is a beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
albeit rushed, film that is made with so much love and so much passion. I watched the movie. I went on opening day. I caught all the little references.
Mm-hmm. Gusty
I
Galaxy.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. The music. There's
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
the music Easter eggs. Oh yes, a little bit
Yeah.
of, in case we might not touch, but spoiler alert,
Uh-huh.
potentially. Basically.
Spoiler for the Mario movie. If you're
Actually,
really
no. I think
concerned about
everyone
that.
who's wanted to see it has seen it. by now.
No, actually,
Yeah.
because my friends haven't seen it, and they were like, "Yeah, we're
What?
gonna watch a bootlegged version of it in our home." And I was like, "No,
Why?
go
Go
pay
watch them.
to
No,
go
go-
watch
no,
it in
it's-
honestly,
theaters
the
and
theater
see the
experience is
beautiful
so good.
colors
The
and the
theater
music
experience
and
is-
The
everything."
theater experience is really great
You have
because
to
of the
see it
references.
in theaters because if you just watch, because they're all waiting for it to come out, like it's not gonna be funny.
No,
You're-
it's just not as like the score is. I honestly walked out and I was like, that score deserves some like
Score's so great.
some
yeah.
Academy
I mean,
recognition.
well, it's
Like-
number one movie.
I was gonna. It's just like the one.
Highest grossing animated movie right now, right?
It's-
Or ever.
it passed.
Not
it passed,
even out. It's not even out in Japan yet, so it's definitely
Yeah,
getting a
it passed
billion.
Frozen 2 already.
Wow.
It's
Okay. So, quick side note. Did people watch Frozen 2?
I did.
I did.
I did not watch Frozen
did.
2.
I have
And
a
I see this stuff like Frozen 2 is like so high grossing. I'm like,
Animation
did
was
people
really
really
cool.
like it?
Everything else
Like-
was eh.
Well, keep in mind too.
I
is
know
that,
Frozen 1 was huge, but I didn't know Frozen 2 was that big.
Well, here's the deal, Pauly. Is that Frozen itself was huge, and you also got to take into account who else is watched. So like people in China, like it was huge in China when it came
Yeah.
out. And China is one of the most populated countries.
Yeah.
So, and India as well. Like that's why Avatar all of a sudden, people will sit here and they thought Avatar Way of Water was like mid and long, and I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't
But-
Big
seen
in
it.
China.
The whole thing was that it was huge in China. It was huge. And like that's why I'm telling everyone when the Mario movie it drops this upcoming weekend, if
How has it not come out in Japan?
that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I don't know.
But when it drops, it's so hitting $1 billion. I honestly see
Oh.
it being in top 10 highest grossing movies after it.
Oh,
goes.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's top 5. Or like I wouldn't
Really?
be. I would not be surprised. This movie was because I talked with one of my friends about it, and she was like, "The plot wasn't good," and I was like, "Why did
The
you watch?
plot?
Why did
The
you watch it for the
plot.
Yeah.
plot?
You
I
Who
go to
plays
the-
who plays Mario games other than Galaxy for the plot?
That's
I
right.
play Mario games for the plot the same reason I go to nightclubs to have conversations.
That's
Ex-
actually a great way to put it.
No, exactly.
Like the Mario movie, it's just like as someone who has played almost every Mario game, was raised on Mario.
Mm-hmm.
It was so beautiful. There were so
Looks
many
like
moments.
Mario.
Yeah.
Hey, there were just so many moments where I just felt like I was a kid. And there's my favorite Easter egg. This is why I want to bring up the score.
Yeah.
The score is insane.
Yeah.
And my favorite Easter egg in the movie was when Toad's trying to get Mario into the castle. And there's the 2 guard Toads right there.
Right. Yeah.
So
okay.
that was maybe that was maybe the only Easter egg I felt was forced when they're like, oh, the princess, she's probably in another castle. It's like, that was like, okay, that had to be there. It felt forced, but it was.
But also, how are you going to do it?
Yeah. And then another thing, too, what got me was the 2 Toads were yellow and blue Toad from New Super Mario Bros. And I'm thinking that,
interesting.
maybe I'm reading too much into it, but, seeing that those 2 Toads are playable and they have a job as guards of the castle, and made it seem like that was kind of like a nod. But the big thing that got me was when Toad cooks to distract them.
Yeah.
For 3 seconds, you hear the Food Kingdom theme from Odyssey in the score.
Oh.
And you go back, you'll watch that clip, and that just the little things like that in this movie
Very
are
meticulous.
so.
I really like that.
No, yeah. So for me, my favorite, literally, because my favorite moment, I saw it with a group of 10 people, which is the perfect way.
Yeah.
I saw 10 of us. I think the week it came out, and so I was just like, I can't wait. And I think every single time anything popped up, at least 3 of us would go and point at the screen.
Yes.
Like when Pauline showed up, it was like, it's Pauly. But for me, my favorite part, because one of my favorite songs, period, but I definitely top 3 video game songs is Gusty Galaxy.
I saw a lot of people got emotional
because it's just the most beautiful song. And so I was just kind of sitting there the entire movie like, I really hope they play Gusty Galaxy. And then in the end credits.
And then it hits in the
the end credit, the whole movie was it was perfectly timed because as soon as I was getting to it, I was like, oh, we're getting to the end. There's not much else.
It was very fast. It was breakneck speed, which was
great.
That was my first complaint with the movie. Was when I first watched it. I've seen it twice right now, and I first watched it, and I'm like, I'm so conflicted on this because they would show all these little things that they had never done with the characters before. They showed Mario's family and his dynamic. They showed this more emotions with Donkey Kong, and they showed Peach's backstory. And as a diehard fan, I was like, oh my God, I wish they showed more of it. It was so cool. But then I went to see it again. I'm like, they don't need to do that. They didn't need to. But I, as a fan, just loved it, and I wanted more from that. And I'm glad that they did that. And, honestly, of all the characters, I can't believe, not a lot of people are talking about how well Peach was written into this movie.
Yeah.
Peach is so good in this movie. She's probably my favorite character written because
Bruh, when
what?
Peach was on that bike,
yeah, Peach is just cool in this movie.
Yeah,
she's not too girly.
She's not just oh my God, I need help. It's just kind of she's like, no, I'm a character. This is who I am.
And the one complaint that I do have, and a lot of people agree, is I wish there was more moments of Mario and Luigi. Because
Luigi especially.
It's just more Luigi, out of everyone.
I do like Charlie Day's performance.
Charlie Day, I think, had the best performance.
No.
Jack Black.
I mean, Jack Black definitely had the best performance. Unironically, I watched the movie for Chris Pratt because I was like, I just want to. Because
wasn't bad.
He was great.
Yeah, he was Chris Pratt being Mario, which was pretty funny.
He's so cool.
Yeah, he's just a quirky little guy. Yeah, banger movie, fantastic movie.
Honestly, oh my God, when in the beginning scene where it's they get the call. And Chris Pratt literally lets out a wahoo, and I was like, "Oh, we were complaining. People were complaining for nothing, bro. He nailed this."
Can I say my favorite moment of the movie though? And it'll kind of sound like a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler at all. It's at the beginning of the movie when Mario and Luigi go into the sewers. And it's just a bunch of pipes because, that's how the sewers are. And that dumbass, who, by the way, is a plumber, goes, what is this place? As if that's not his job. As if that's not his job is to know what pipes are, how they flow, where they go, and especially the underground.
is this
And he just goes
place?
under the city, goes, what is this place? And it's not even the Mario Kingdom. It's just the sewers of
the-
Brooklyn.
Mushroom Kingdom,
Here we go.
One of my favorite parts was how they never said New York. They're like, we need to say Brooklyn.
Oh, man. Good movie.
I have a question.
Yes, okay, I'm ready.
Speaking of non sequiturs, so
I'm so good with segues on in and out. Yeah. I'm like, anyway, this next song.
so if you were sent back to the year 1899, you could only bring 2 things with you. What could you bring?
Ooh, great
What
question.
would you bring?
1899. What happened? Well, I mean, that's the year that Red Dead is.
Mm-hmm.
Based
I'll bring this
on.
up because we're big fans of
We're
Red Dead
about to
Redemption.
segue.
okay,
We're
okay.
about to segue into a little something, something. If I had to bring 2 things with me, one of them would be I was gonna say, okay, well, you know what? I have to say it either way, just because it came to my mind. A box of microwavable pizza bagels, even though I know that they don't have microwaves. Because I just need
some way to heat
I
them
just-
up.
I just need to
You can
show
heat 'em
it.
up,
I
bro.
just need to.
You could definitely heat them up.
I
Yes.
need to like get ahead on the fucking pizza race in America, and I think
Oh.
pizza bagels is a great way to do that.
Yes.
And then I think. Probably maybe like a vaccine. I would say maybe
Tuberculosis.
maybe, like tuberculosis.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because I
didn't
need
think
to
about that.
not
Cry.
die the moment I get there and just
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We need to save Arthur.
yeah.
You need to play Red Dead Redemption
I do.
ASAP.
I do.
You have a PS5.
I know. I should play it.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna try to use my PS5 more this summer. So here's what happened. There's something it's almost been a year since this happened.
Okay.
Got a PS5. I've had a PS5 since launch, and then I just kind of use it for Netflix. I feel like I should really get more games for it.
You should.
And what happened was I got Elden Ring,
Oh.
and I was playing it, and I was like, you know what? I need to restart just to feel fresh now that I know how this game is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna beat it over the summer. Then I had a really bad intrusive thought. I'm like, how about I try to play every single Pokemon gen over the summer? And I only made it up to 4.
Okay.
I made it up to 4, but mostly I would have finished it if I didn't take on a job midsummer. But it was a good time.
Which ones did you play every single one?
So
or?
I did like
You did the
one-
regions.
Or you did
I did
one
based
of
on
each?
region.
Okay.
So like I did Leaf Green,
Nice.
Soul Silver,
Good choices.
which is the best
yeah.
one. Emerald, which
Oh,
is incredible.
good choices.
And
I mean, you can't
Brilliant-
go wrong
Brilliant
with this
Diamond.
One. Okay.
Which-
Okay.
I don't mind Brilliant Diamond.
I hate Brilliant Diamond.
And I understand why. Like it makes sense, but like for me, like Diamond and Pearl is my favorite.
Me too.
And if you just give me another reason, like another way to play Diamond and Pearl, I'm not going to complain. But it was very like lackluster.
So my issue with it was, so when it came out, I was in the middle of doing a Nuzlocke of Platinum, and like that was like my first ever attempt at a Nuzlocke, which by the way is one of the hardest games to Nuzlocke because
That
guess
is-
who's waiting for you at the end?
That's right.
Is Cynthia with her max IV team.
It's harder in BDSP, by the way.
And so and so I got
Yeah, you got
Shining
stereotypes.
Pearl, and I was just like, oh, you know, I was like, and I was like, because I had just played through like the main story, so I wasn't a lot of like, oh, I remember this. It was just kind of like, oh, right, this is exactly the same. And then the kind of like the chibi art threw me off a little bit, and then it was just like, yeah.
I really hope they don't remake Gen 5. They don't need to.
They just need to
I don't
port
want
it.
Just port it.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say so yeah, they added fairy types, but they like gave all of her Pokemon like hidden abilities, max IVs.
Yeah.
It was correct. Like they made her ridiculously hard, and that's not even the rematch. Like that's just the
Yeah.
base fight.
I'll say this about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
In terms of like a main series game, it was like,
Oh.
you know. However, it was so buggy and so glitchy that my friend and I were able to duplicate items and have actual competitive battles and make competitive Pokemon with each other. And that was the most fun part because we'd be like, I have this Electivire
Uh-huh.
with max EV, max like IVs and shit,
Yeah.
hidden ability, super like covers everything. Like,
I mean, did you see
just fun
Small
with
Ant's
that.
video of him beating it in like 5 minutes?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I see
Yeah,
that.
no, exactly. Like it wasn't like, it
So
was more
buggy.
of a like Gen 4 baby.
Yeah.
You know which one I did play though, and I did enjoy. I played my partner and I, we played Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, yes.
I like Scarlet and
And
Violet.
you know what? Everyone was like, it's laggy.
No.
It's not good. It's an open world Pokemon game.
I was
And
telling
it was
people.
fantastic.
I was telling
That was
people
alright.
that it is a if you do not mind a shit ton of glitches,
Yeah.
go ahead. But it is like it is the best Pokemon game since Black and White.
If you like, since Black and White, like, it's the greatest of like the ones that have come, because like if you like sitting there and like talking to someone and watching someone backwards walk through your camera and you're just like, nice.
No, and I'd say Legends was better. I think
Oh, well,
Legends.
no,
I think Legends is
Legends
the
is-
best.
I have
Switch
not.
Pokemon
I
best
need to
game.
play
gameplay
Legends because I haven't played it, and
That's
I
the best
know, and
gameplay
so
loop.
I need
It
to.
is the best.
Okay,
Like it
fair
is
enough.
exactly the way Pokemon needs to
Fair
go.
enough.
And oh, it was so good. It was
yeah.
such a step back though with Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
but-
that's fair.
I like Scarlet and Violet. I
I like Scarlet and
really
Violet.
liked it. I thought it's just
It was fun.
the characters were so good. The region was awesome. The open world aspect, it was great on paper. And then they just totally butchered it with the glitches. And I think that's more on the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, because
If you could get Breath of the Wild running at 60 frames on a
That's-
Switch,
I think it's a
with
mix
the
of-
knowledge from 2017,
yeah,
you can get it running.
I think it's a mix of both of no playtesting and the Switch is like not a very powerful console.
and it's also Pokemon, so they don't care because they're just like they're just
Exactly.
gonna pump out the same exact things.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Highest grossing media franchise of all time.
yeah,
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
annoying. All right, I got a question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
On the topic of video games,
I do love video games.
top 3 video games of all time.
Of
Your
all-
favorite. Your
my
favorite.
favorite. I was gonna
not
say
the best, but favorite.
I was gonna say because my opinions are definitely opinions. Okay, the one that will hold number 1 in my heart will always be Red Dead 2.
Okay.
The story is phenomenal.
Mhm.
The open world it came out in what I'll say about Red Dead
2018.
2015.
Red Dead 2?
Red Dead 2, I'm pretty sure
18.
Didn't it? Oh, was it 2018's Game of the Year? Okay. Because that's the thing, is it won Game of the Year, and I was like, it deserves that Game of the Year.
Mhm.
Red Dead 2, love that game.
No, it didn't. Smash Ultimate.
Who's even heard of that game?
Red Dead better.
Number 2, I'm gonna say, and it's just for more nostalgia, Titanfall 2.
Okay.
Just I've like
That's a good pick.
I've always loved shooters, like first person shooters, and so
Okay.
then like
Yeah,
playing Titanfall
yeah.
where it's like giant robots and then you're running from building to building and hopping around and doing parkour and you've got a grappling hook and,
And-
you can swing like Spider-Man and you can
Titanfall was ex-Bungie, right?
Titanfall's Respawn.
Respawn. Then they were ex-Bungie.
And they were
who
ex
did
Activision.
okay.
Because they were seeing the way that like Call of Duty was going and they were like,
Oh, okay.
we're gonna make our own.
Destiny was made by
Destiny was
Bungie, who
Bungie.
was spun
Halo.
off from the Halo team. Okay.
Well, they formed Halo,
It
I
is.
think.
Yeah, Bungie is.
Oh,
Bungie
Bungie
is-
did do Halo.
Yeah, and
And
then
Destiny.
they gave it a 343.
That's
Um,
right. Okay.
Speaking of Halo, though, number 3, Halo Reach.
Awesome.
Reach is a great
Awesome.
game.
Yeah,
Halo Reach is a great
Halo
game.
Reach, runner up.
Have you played
Halo
any of
ODST.
those 3?
If not, you know,
I played a little bit of Titanfall 2, but it was when I was like way younger.
and I will
I was at a
say,
friend's
though,
house.
I
But it was
will-
really fun.
I will give you slack because Red Dead and Halo Reach are both like heavy story games. Titanfall 2 is just
I love
I've got
them.
giant robots
Well,
that I'm gonna smash.
I remember
What's so
playing
funny
Halo
is-
Reach with my dad.
Wow.
We played
Me too.
split screen.
What's so funny to me though is that like I want to play these games, but now it's just with Zelda coming out in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
there's no time. And Pikmin 4 is a more. I have a feeling if it follows like 3, it's going to be more like a chill.
All right. Give your top 3 games, and then I'll give mine.
My top 3?
Mhm.
Oh, this is my favorite question. love
Well,
this
I know.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, top 3. I honestly think number 1 is just a straight up tie, and I cannot for the life of
Mario
me.
Kart Double Dash.
No, it's in top 10, but it's not top 3. It's a tie between Persona 5 Royal and Pokemon Heart Gold. Probably the 2 video games that really Pokemon Heart Gold is the reason why I was into gaming. Number 2 is Earthbound.
I've never played it, but I understand.
The Ness, everyone knows
PK
Ness.
Fire.
Yeah, that's right. Which he actually can't do in the game. That's the whole
And that's
thing.
why Smash sucks.
Red did too bad.
I just say that because I'm bad at it and my main is Little Mac.
Let's go.
Oh, wait, that's pretty base, though.
It's based, but also all you need to do is throw me off the edge and I'm done.
Bingo. And number 3 is a game maybe not a lot of people know called Kid Icarus Uprising. It's a game Pitt's from.
Yeah.
And
I never learned how to read.
That's right. I love that. Its writing is so good. Its story is awesome. The gameplay. It's a Sakurai game, so Sakurai makes controls really unique and something you've never really played before. And it goes from on-rail shooter to 3D action game, and oh my god, he managed to revive a series that was dead for 25 years and give so much life into it that you would think it's a Nintendo mainstay. And I really hope we see a port or a sequel or something soon.
Yeah,
those I would say are my top 3.
Yeah,
games. 4 if you include the tie.
Yeah, I put an honorable mention here.
Yeah.
Top 3. Team Fortress 2.
Is this where
Number 1.
Number
Team
1.
Fortress 2.
Okay. Who's your go-to?
I play Sniper.
Sniper
White.
Okay.
I love the characters. I've put in 2,000 hours to that game.
Nice.
It was my first PC game.
Yeah.
Because I was a broke little kid and couldn't buy anything. Just play
Halo
Team-
Reach was my first Xbox game.
Exactly, right? So, just playing on my shitty crap top and having a blast.
Yeah.
Right? That game's been around forever. Been part of my life forever. Team Fortress 2.
Good.
Number 2, probably Pokemon Black 2.
Black 2. Interesting pick.
Because I put so many hours into that game.
I don't think I ever
Childhood
played the sequels.
Nostalgia.
No
It's really good.
way.
I
really
played
good.
because here's the and it's literally because Michael is dumb. It's because I played Black and I got all the way up to the Elite Four, and then because I didn't have a good team, and for whatever reason, my pee-wee sized little brain didn't tell me to go, hey, train, just level up your Pokemon. I just went, man, and I closed it, and then I just kind of forgot about it.
Got you.
And so then I just so then Black 2 came out, and I was like, the sequels, and I was just kind of okay.
I love how much it adds to the world. I think it fixes a lot of issues with the linearity of the first games.
Because N was a really cool
N is
character.
so cool. He's one of the
And
best
N
characters
is a
Pokemon's
really-
made.
Is
It's
he
a really
built? Did they build in him more in the sequel, or
A
he-
little
he's
bit.
in the
It's
sequels.
post-game stuff. where
Post-game.
do they
but
build
it's
in
very
him
minimal, but it's-
after the Elite Four in Black and White? Because I mean, obviously, I was like, this is a really cool character, but I want to see his final arc.
I think that was meant to be
Kind
left
of.
in the air, which I
Okay.
think they did a really good job.
Okay,
with.
cool.
Well, after the Elite Four, after the boss battles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's number 3?
Number 3, Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
I've kind of come to accept now that Metal Gear
Pain.
Solid is one of my favorite game series ever.
Snake Eater.
Well, okay, wait. Oh no, I guess Ground Zeroes is just Ground Zero. So Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I honestly, because that was my first introduction to Metal Gear.
Yeah, mine too.
And I know that it's everyone, anyone who has played Metal Gear is 5. Nothing happens in that game, and then I'm just okay.
The gameplay is just it's the most
It's so
polished
funny.
in the entire
You can do
series.
anything.
You can do
That's great.
anything. I love stealth games. I love Metal Gear Solid
Have you
5.
played Hitman before?
Yeah, I
What
played
do you
Hitman.
think of Hitman?
I think it's all right. I think I like the freedom that Metal Gear Solid 5 allows a lot more, though.
And this is why I love Metal Gear, is because I love starting in stealth, and then I get seen, and then I'm like, well, attack chopper, rocket launcher, let's just blow this base up.
I really
failed.
want to play
See,
Metal
me-
Gear, but I know it's a very story-heavy thing where you have to
Start with
follow
5.
So,
You
Oh,
don't need
really?
to with 5.
so 5 is...
You don't need it with 5?
5 is literally just the kind of, do you know who,
Kojima?
So basically, in reviews of all the games, people are like, so there's 5. And then we continue, and like nothing happens in 5. Technically, like given the whole story, 5 is a fun one because it's you're just kind of always like, I don't really know what's going on.
You really don't need to know what's going on.
But it's like it'll show you characters and it'll have like a cool little name tag and like Revolver Ocelot, he's like spinning his revolver and like people who know the game are like, oh my god, it's Revolver Ocelot. But like people like us are like, that is a cool guy.
All Metal Gear Solid 5 is, and on a level of I've never played the Metal Gear Solid games before, it's a revenge story.
Yeah.
And that's it. It is a revenge story, and it's so blatant in being a revenge story.
Yeah.
Like, your helicopter's name is Pequod.
Pequod.
And you're called Ahab in the prologue of the game, and the guy rescuing you is called Ishmael. Like,
what's the deal with that?
Moby Dick.
Oh, gotcha.
Pequod is the name of the ship in Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna give that series. There's rumors that they're remaking 3.
So if you do play like 5, it has a kind of a big learning curve and just a lot of things. I mean, I played on controllers, so it's a lot of buttons you have to hold at the same time to access certain things, and so it's kind of like difficult being like interesting. But you have to give it a shot. Literally, just like whenever you have free time, you're like, I'm kind of bored. Just be like, I'm gonna do some side missions, and that's what I do. And I just kind of roam around, and
I've
call
100%
in
the game.
airstrikes.
Like,
I haven't 100%ed it. That game is
I've 100%
huge.
it on PC. I beat it like halfway on PS4 when I first played it, and I'm playing it through it again right now, and I'm like 70% of the way.
All right. I got a question.
I need to just really quickly about Metal Gear Solid, right? You know how in the Metal Gear games, like, usually what'll happen is like gameplay, codec call, where they like talk, like you know, the two characters, they'll talk. Colonel.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm dummy thick,
Colonel.
Yeah.
And then like cutscene, repeat. That's kind of like the gameplay loop of most of the games.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5, all of those codec conversations are basically optional. Like, they're in the form of these cassette tapes. And you can listen to them if you want to, if you want to get more about the story. There are cassette tapes marked with, like, yellow markers, which mean they're important.
Yeah.
But you don't have to listen to them. No one's telling you to listen to them.
And because...
like the visions from Breath of the Wild. Do you remember that?
No.
Vision Quest?
Kind
There's
of.
like 8 spots on the map.
I know what you're talking about, but it's not like that.
Because some of it, it'll automatically start playing, and it'll just be like them telling you the story. And then for everything else, it's like, oh, well, then there's like little sub things about like the sheep in the area if you really want to learn about them. And like everything has information.
What's amazing about Hideo Kojima's storytelling thing in his style is how he... especially for like a spy action thriller series like Metal Gear, it really helps to get lost in these like catacombs of details, like who built the nuke, and then who's it being distributed by, and who's controlling the trigger to it, and then like blah 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 blah.
Right? Or you can just be like me and just be like, this is fun. I have a helicopter with a machine gun attached to it, and I can call it an airstrike whenever I want.
I also really recommend the earlier games in the series. I recently played through 2 and 3.
Nice.
Okay.
3, really fun. However, I emulated it, and something that Hideo Kojima really loves doing, and I hate him for this, is he will try to use every single feature of a console, even if it's a gimmick.
Yeah.
And on the PS2,
I love that.
On the PS2 had pressure-sensitive buttons. So to grab someone in Metal Gear Solid 3, you had to lightly press the circle button. Yeah. But I can't do that on an Xbox controller.
No. And do you know about the whole thing with, I can't remember his name, but the sniper battle?
Yes.
So literally there's a way that you can defeat. So there's basically like this whole mission.
I've heard of this, actually.
Where you're in a huge sniper battle in this forest, and if you really want to, you can just set your control. Like you can basically just like turn off and come back like a week later, and he'll have just died from old age.
Yeah,
that is sick.
Yeah, it'll literally just be like, oh, once you find him, Snake is gonna be like, he like tries to attack him, and he just rolls him over, and he's dead, and then they're like, well, he must have passed away from old age.
Yeah. The end boss battle. He's like over 100 years old, sniper.
Yeah, and you can just wait him out.
That's crazy.
Interesting thing. You have to wait a week or two?
Yeah,
for him
you have to
die.
wait like a good amount of time.
If you wait, like not long enough, the end will capture you,
Oh,
and
really?
it'll be a game over,
Oh, cool.
right?
Interesting.
So there's a lot of interesting things
Yeah,
about this.
That's crazy.
There's that. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh
Okay.
yeah, the end battle. I could have done the thing where I waited, but I didn't feel good doing that because
Nah.
the entire thing with the end is like his final wish is to have like one last
Final battle.
and I don't want to deny him that.
That's fair.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is fucking crazy, and I feel like everyone should play it.
Yeah.
Just because of how predictive it was for today and how much of a mind fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Is it the one with Psycho Mantis?
no, that's Metal Gear Solid 1.
Ah, okay.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is Raiden, turn the game console off right now.
Yeah.
The mission is a failure. Cut the power. Turn the game console
That
off.
actually happened?
Yeah.
Yes, and then they call you again. They're like, "You've been playing the game for a really long time now. Don't you have anything better to do with your life?"
Yeah.
That's great.
And there's like a character, so in the first one, there's Psycho Mantis, and he reads your game file, and he's like, "So you like Legend of Zelda, don't you?" And he talks like to you, and he's like, "Put your controller," because this is when like the vibrating controllers like was first a thing, and he's like, "Put your controller on the ground. I'm gonna show you my power." And if you set it when you set it on the ground, it starts vibrating, and he's like sitting there like doing this, and it's the coolest thing.
That's crazy.
Anyway, I know you had a question.
I have one more question,
Yeah.
and I think this would be a potentially good topic
Mhm.
for our next episode.
Okay.
Mhm.
Conspiracy theories. What is one that, and no judgment here, what is a conspiracy theory that you actually believe?
Hold on, I need to look up
Is-
some because I
I have something.
can't.
Not
think
not
of any.
not a full on conspiracy theory, but just a question kind of thing.
Yeah.
How is there no camera footage of a plane hitting the Pentagon?
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are no pictures, no camera.
There's
nothing.
there's just a picture of the
Yes,
destroyed building.
Exactly. There's nothing. I'm sure there are some like laws about filming government facilities, but like America's a big place.
Yeah.
And there's nobody who is pointing their camera up at the sky, maybe that saw a plane come down or nothing,
Yeah.
nothing. And I'm
Mhm.
like, what the fuck? Like, there has to be, at least for like historical records and stuff. I don't care about the whole, it was actually a missile strike trying to, the cabal was trying to get rid of
actually,
their
yeah.
data. and it- like, fuck all of that. Just why isn't there camera footage of it? It's
I never
weird.
really thought about that. That's
It is
that's
really
actually
weird.
right.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what?
not a like a 9/11 denier or whatever, but like that is like strange.
Wait, if we're
I'm
on
like,
the
why?
topic of talking about tragic events.
Yeah.
It's weird because I found this out through like a meme where Sonic of all people talk about it, but the Mandalay
What?
Bay shooting in Las Vegas.
Oh,
And basically,
uh-huh.
how
Sonic talked about
no
this.
one knows. No, there's like this like a meme voiceover of Sonic talking about how literally no one knew his motive, and then when that the only other person that was with the guy was his brother, and then the next day they arrested him for child pornography on his computer,
Mm.
and so people don't know what the motive is when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like that, but like it's one of the worst mass shootings that in our country's history,
Mm-hmm.
and still no one knows the motive of this guy. That's so weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do you have any conspiracy theories?
So the only like, because I mean, obviously, I love believing in that like birds aren't real, and like every time
Oh,
I see
yeah.
pigeons, I'm like, yeah, no, bullshit. Never seen
Nice try.
never seen a baby pigeon before, and why are you just walking around on the ground? Pigeons, crows, like
Mhm.
I saw like a dead crow walking over, and I was like, good. If I touched it, I would have felt robot parts. Honestly, the only like conspiracy, and it's not even like really a conspiracy theory, is I'm just so intrigued as to what goes on in Area 51.
Bingo.
Like
Bingo.
because I mean obviously there was the raid of Area 51 where people
I was
like
so Reddit.
that was yeah. But it's like it's so funny because I was I go up to Mammoth all the time, like that fucking mountains, right? Yeah. And I went up with my cousin, and he wanted to fly his drone, and so he sat there, and we were like in like the valley, and he starts to fly it, and immediately he gets like a big warning, and it's like if anything goes wrong in this basically the base that's right there, you're to blame. And we will come after you. And so immediately he was like, I'm going to land my thing. But I was just like, I'm so intrigued.
Well, the Kardashians went to Area 51. Do you remember that?
Wait, what?
No.
Yes, the Kardashians went to Area 51.
You're joking.
I'm not. I'm
no
not.
way.
you
That's
had or something?
amazing.
So why do they get to go? And they're the biggest loudmouths. And actually, no, they would know some secret shit.
And
They
then, by the
totally-
way, and they wouldn't even, they would be like, look at this thing. Look at this. Then they'd be like, they'd show like a couple things to be like, we're going to show you some secrets. And then they would talk about it and like spread something else. But obviously, they're not showing like the deepest, darkest secrets. I want to know.
I totally believe in aliens. I
But-
1,000,000% think that aliens are real.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
And I think that what boggles my mind though is if they ever come to Earth, how would they react to our atmosphere? Like,
Have
would
you
they
ever
be?
seen, or have you ever read the book Project Hail Mary?
No.
No? It's by Andy Weir, same guy who wrote The Martian.
Uh-huh.
I really love that book, and I don't know, it just reminded me of it.
Like
Continue.
thinking in that sense though, have you ever thought about how overpowered humans are?
Yes.
Where in
Oh.
the sense of like, imagine you're an alien fighting us, and they are like, you have to go for a kill shot, otherwise they'll regenerate and come back. Like otherwise, like if you hit them in, like say like you shot like an alien in the arm, they're like, oh man, my arm doesn't work anymore. Modern medicine, at least with the U.S. military, they're like, oh yeah, we can probably put some morphine in and get your arm back working again. Like,
Oh, here's another one. I 1,000,000% think that we can cure almost any disease, but the government's holding us back.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
I feel like that's like we could talk about that next week.
Yeah.
yeah, I
There's
kind of
one-
want to do a
The
conspiracy.
government episode.
There's one conspiracy theory that I'm not gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know exactly which one.
The JFK assassination.
No, but that's another good one to talk about. But there's one conspiracy theory that I am so passionate towards proving right.
Okay.
remember
And you
this.
might need to find this out next week.
Oh,
I might-
okay. I can't wait for the conspiracy.
Pauly, I'm actually really
theories
shocked you
episode.
don't know which one I'm talking about.
Well, you didn't give me much.
I just
any
thought like,
clues.
since we spend so much time together that you know which one.
Oh, okay, that one. That one. It hasn't come up in a while, so it was out of my memory.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
Michael Woodward.
That's me.
I think one final question, and I'm not going to answer this. I'm going to leave this unless you have another question for
I
Michael.
have another question.
Oh, okay.
I'll actually, you know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
This will be for you and Pauly.
Okay.
How has your time been at Chapman?
Oh,
And
fantastic.
what would be your biggest tip to people at Chapman that you want to leave behind? Pauly, this goes to you too.
You want to start?
My time at Chapman has been good. I think that it's gotten better as I've gotten older and become a senior.
Mhm.
There were times where it was difficult. There were times where I thought I was going in the right direction, but I wasn't. Like a lot of, especially in my freshman and sophomore year, a lot of the people I met and a lot of friends, quote unquote friends that I had, aren't the same people that I consider friends or even acquaintances today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and I think this is a piece of advice that goes for any college or any situation. Your path isn't going to be linear, and I think it's important to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to understand yourself. I think that patience is key, and I think that being authentic is key. I've had a good time at Chapman, though, I'd say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've had a fantastic time. I've loved majority of the moments. There have been some shitty moments. And I came to Chapman, I toured the campus and immediately was like, okay, yeah, no, this is where I want to go. Because I was like, I want a smaller campus where I can see friends around, that I can be friends with my professors. I think my number one advice is just getting involved. Because So I did Chapman Radio all 4 years, and because I joined in a little bit late because Basil founded In and Alt, and I joined it in like towards the end of the fall of freshman year, and so I didn't really know anybody because obviously also I'm a freshman, and then the pandemic hit, and so Chapman.
Did you do In and Alt?
So I did In and Alt. I did In and Alt during the pandemic.
I did not do my show during the pandemic.
And so it was literally just I would record episodes and I would send it in and I'd be like, cool. And then junior year rolled around and we opened the new booth and I was kind of intimidated by it and I was like, I think I'm okay. And I had a class with Isabel Roney, who was the GM from last year. And she was like, why aren't you doing your show? Like, everyone loved In and All. And I was kind of like, I mean, not everyone loved In and All. Like, it was a little music show. And it really wasn't until, like, this year, and I would even say probably, like, especially this semester, where I realized, like, because, like, In and All for me was always just kind of, like, my own little personal thing, where it's just kind of like, I'm going to play music, like, the way that I want to. Mm-hmm. And I really got, like, ingrained into that of just kind of, like, In and Alt, everyone else. And so it was just kind of like, oh, I'll just be that guy who just kind of, like, shows up and everyone says hi to. But then I was like, nah, I want to hang out with these people. These people are cool. So especially within the last, like, month, especially, I'm just like, I need to, like, become friends with all of these really cool people and, like, be involved in other people's shows and listen to, like, more shows. And
for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, we were talking about doing a photo shoot for the seniors.
Yeah.
I talked to Jack Sunblood about the photographer, and we are planning to do it once we get our stoles.
Yeah, because I sent them an email because I was like,
please,
I was like, photo shoot. I want to. I was like, both Basil and I want sweatshirts because my thing is I want a sweatshirt, and then I'm also like, Basil founded the show. I understand they haven't been around as long, but I'm also like, but I was also like, maybe another beanie.
I didn't get my Chapman Radio beanie. I'm so sad.
I didn't get one either.
That beanie is one of my favorite things because it's just massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I sent them an email and Jackson responded and he was like, oh, and I know that there's gonna be like Radio Dude or like at least like that thing there, but yeah, no, it'd be
It's gonna be fun.
Also, do we know? I know they sent an email about Chapman Radio Awards. Do we know like when it actually will come? Like when it's
sometime this week.
Okay.
Sometime this week, the formals will get sent out.
Cool. But no, yeah. Get involved because then you'll meet incredible people and have a fantastic time. And like there's literally no harm in just writing your email down on a club that slightly intrigues you.
Yeah.
And then showing up for one meeting and going, nah. Like I did that with like Dungeon Pals, like the D&D club. I showed up to one meeting and I went, cool.
Not for me.
Not for me.
Yeah. My question is a little less wholesome.
Is this going to be our final question or you got more?
Sure. Which professor at Chapman could you easily beat in a fight?
What kind of fight? A
fist fight.
Okay, a fist fight. Okay,
a battle of wits.
Okay.
Please.
Is this a fight where it's like it's a match? So like, because like there's some professors that I could easily beat up. But are we looking for a fight that it's a Muhammad Ali versus whatever, like or like a Rocky type of fight where it's like it's a fight to the death and I managed to come out victorious? Like
sure. Here's another question.
Okay.
Which professor would you want to fight at Chapman?
That's a great one.
Oh man.
I hope you say because there's one professor that we both had, and I think you know what I'm talking about. And if you say who I think it is,
oh man. There's a lot of professors I need to. But who's yours? Who's your go-to?
You know what? Let me preface. I did not have a professor. If you asked me this a semester ago, I would have told you, no, I wouldn't want to. Derek Prate. I am so
honestly,
like, and I don't wish anything bad. It's just like, and I don't, the whole thing. It's just more of like,
it's just
bro straight up told me that my minor was just like all that is in game development is just programming and developing, and that's what the minor is. When I came in knowing that you could do anything in the industry.
Yeah, I'm game. Yeah, I'm in the thesis right now,
and I'm just like, bro, like you can't do, like like the world it's so much more than just sitting on your ass and coding.
Yeah.
There's so much more to that.
Wait, what? Really?
I know, right? Get that clip. Get that clip.
There's a couple. Actually, you know, I take it back. There's a couple business professors. My business ethics professor. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Lawrence Bourgeois. That guy had ridiculous expectations for a 1-credit ethics course. I really hope no employer sees my transcript because I got a C in that course for no reason. I am business ethical, okay? I am.
Yeah, Prate, I can understand. Because my thing is, I've been able to kind of dodge his blows for long enough, and just because I'm a people pleaser, and so I'm just like, I've been able to kind of like get onto his good side. And so, like, because of that, I'm like, okay, I'll be fine. But honestly, I would recommend you just do a cluster and form your own thing.
That's what I'm doing.
Take writing for video games with Morgan Reed Davidson.
I am.
Fantastic. Probably the best class I've ever taken here.
That class is pretty hard to get into, right?
That class is impossible to get into.
The last 2 seats, I got one of the last 2 seats.
Yes.
Nice.
I was like, literally, if I did not get into that class, I would not have graduated. Would not be graduating a semester early.
That class is so much fun. I would say, and going along with the business, I would say my business 100 professor, can't remember his name, but because this was my first introduction to business, this was fall semester of sophomore year, and we did this big project at the end.
Fall semester, sophomore
year. So we're online, by the way. Let's remember this.
Wait, and you had Business 100?
Yeah.
Warner Griswold?
I don't think so.
With the almond farmer that just bragged about how he was rich?
No.
Okay, because
or at the very least, I didn't pay attention at all.
I took Business 100, and there was this guy. His name was Warner Griswold, and he was ex-CFO of Green Street. And he's an almond farmer, and all he would do was talk about, like, 50% just read off the textbook.
Nice.
And the other 50% talk about how rich he was.
Nice.
And it was, like, just, like, so annoying. But it wasn't, like, cool rich. It was, like, annoying rich. It's just, like, shut up, bro.
Yeah. But this class.
Shut up.
Like, I mean, for the final, every single answer was A, including the true or false. And it was everything was on Quizlet. And everything was online. And so we did a final presentation, and I didn't help out at all. Like, I did, like, a little bit. And we do the presentation, and the professor's like, that was probably one of the best presentations I've seen while here at Chapman. And we were all just like, hell yeah, like, fantastic, you're damn right. We got a B.
What?
And I was like...
That happened to me in high school.
And I was like... Because at this point, I was like, I switched to business and immediately was like, I need to get out of here. But I was like, what grades did the other people get? If this is the greatest presentation you've ever seen and we got a B.
This is the greatest one ever.
It was the greatest.
Yeah, B.
What's your pick?
My pick is, it was a history professor that I had for literally a day. And I had that class for a day, sat in there. I was like, this is fucking crazy. Dropped that class and picked another one.
What class was it?
What was so crazy about it?
The class was, it was a history class about the Vietnam War.
Interesting.
And I was like, you know what? I'm Vietnamese, Vietnam War. I have a global studies credit that I need to get. Yeah. This should be good, right?
Yeah. I took modern Middle Eastern history because I'm Middle Eastern. And I was like,
see,
cool.
It's like, this should apply to me.
Yeah.
The guy, oh my fucking God. First of all, this was like...
he was a Vietnam vet, wasn't he?
No.
He was
like, oh my God, that would have been so
like
funny.
Racist shit.
Like, they're wearing the goddamn trees all the time.
No bush. They were no bush. Right. Like, first of all, this was fall 2021, so COVID was still a thing. Yeah. And he wore his mask like a chin strap.
Naturally,
of course. This guy was about, I don't know, like 60 years old or something, and the entire time he rambled about about Vietnam. Or maybe he was a veteran. I don't know. But the way he was rambling, maybe it made me think maybe he was a veteran. But he was like, so what'd you do? You'd call in air support. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? The entire time he was going over like all these books that, first of all, were not textbooks. These were just books that he liked about the Vietnam War. And he's like, you need to pick at least like 2 of these to read. And I was like,
naturally.
Right? And guy was rambling the entire time. This was a twice a week, hour and a half class or whatever.
Yeah.
He took the entire class to go over the syllabus.
Hour and 15 minutes?
To go over the syllabus.
Nice.
Right? And the entire time he was just talking about those damn books. And then I remember I got out of class, I looked at those books, and I was like, the books, first of all, only available on Amazon in like paperback for like $30 each. And I'm like,
no.
God,
no, not doing that.
God, no.
And
Not
then I
for this.
dropped the class.
Good.
But that guy was so fucking weird.
Do you remember
Holy
his
shit.
name?
Nope,
Yeah.
I don't. And I hope I never see him again.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Damn. Wow. What a show.
Yeah. At least he wasn't like a dick to me. It was just like, he's weird and I don't want to deal with this. I'm
That's
just
me
stepping
with
back.
Prate, where I'm just like, he's not. He is.
He's a dick to other people.
He's just a dick to
He's just a
everyone.
dick.
And so I'm just kind of like, I've learned to dodge the blows, and then I've kind of capitalized off of like everything that's happened. Because I mean, you guys heard about the whole game dev thesis.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, don't get me started on that because he fucking destroyed my project. But so I'm just kind of like, at this point, I'm just like, with everything that's been going on, I was like, hey, can I just write an 8-bit song? And he was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Like, you know, you've been going through a lot. And I was just like, cool, fantastic, great. Like, but so it's like, I've managed to just keep my head down and survive.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also just who I am.
But
I'm very aware of the shit that people have put
that's
up with.
the thing with a lot of professors out here, and just a lot of professors in general, is that when you get to college, you realize that, oh yeah, these people, you remember that, like, oh yeah, these people weren't trained to teach, right? And
That's
no
right.
one articulates that better than Derek Prate, because he was like a game industry guy. He came in and then he's just, it feels like he's winging it every time. And I'm like, what are you doing?
It's because he is.
Yeah.
It's because he is.
Oh my God.
He was like, we need to make
Ridiculous.
an emergency change to the thesis halfway through our thesis. And we're like, just let us
And then he
finish.
tells me to my face, he's like, yeah, you joined the wrong minor if you just like if you thought that like you want to go into the industry and you like don't want to code. I'm like, what?
Oh.
Because I joined the game dev minor because I was told that it basically was kind of like they wanted to be like a second emphasis. They wanted to get anyone involved in the industry.
Yeah.
And that's why I encouraged my friend, Bella.
Yeah.
I encouraged Bella to join because she wants to write for video games and do
That's what I
sound
want to
design.
do.
And then she's screenwriting, and then we just I get you have to suck it up. You have to do the dirty work, the code work.
Yeah.
Like that is part. It's an equal part of being in the industry, but the program does not set you up for what comes. Like they make you do a whole course in Python. Mind you, I liked
Python
it,
was fun.
but you don't use that ever.
It's
So
literally just
why-
to teach you coding.
And then visual programming is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing with visual programming is that the course changed in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It went from like web window design
To game development.
To game development.
It's literally just like, it should be called Intro to Unity.
That's what it should be. And
And John keeps talking about it every single time.
God bless
He's
John Humphreys.
John
God
Humphreys and
bless
Julia
John.
Humphreys, his sister.
God bless both
The
of them.
Humphreys.
God bless John Humphreys.
And he
I've
literally
never had
says
him, but he's such a nice guy.
he literally says he's like the first day of visual programming, and Bella can testify.
Uh-huh.
You are going to cram the entirety of the Unity course in these next 2 days.
Yeah.
And then he would post, but he's like, I know it's BS. I'm posting video tutorials on how to do it. My biggest thing is don't get caught behind.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll give you 3 late days. You'll use those if you need it.
And I used all 3 of
And
them.
he's just such, and he just believes in people.
And, like-
he's just such a nice guy.
And that's the thing is he spends all his free time just swamped in office hours because he's taking on literally everyone who's just like, I need emotional support because of this. I need help with this. I need this. And he's just kind of there and he's just like, here, take Sandy, go for a walk, come back by 10 p.m. That's what
Such
I'm leaving.
such a great.
And he
person.
teaches 3D printing. Like,
That's right.
Mans is
He's carrying. He's carrying.
That's
dude.
not someone. That's some. There's
the
like
thing about the.
and there's an alternate question where it's like, professors you want to go out and get a beer with, and he is my go-to.
It's John
is-
Humphreys. I did lunch with the professor. I got it with Dr. Stevens because she is just an incredible person, and Dr. Fahey. I don't know.
Dr. Fahey's so great.
Like, I don't know if you have to take. I mean, I don't think you would have to take him. He's a very like strict, not strict. He's a very, what's the word? He's like blunt.
Mhm.
Like, he will tell you to your face that, like, how do you not understand this?
It's so funny.
But the moment that he realizes that I'm a little bit dumb and I need you to explain this to me a lot of times,
He's very. Like,
he's the sweetest man. Like, I think I've invited him to parties and I'm like, hey, we're doing a little kickback. We're going to play some Smash. You want to come hang out? And he's like, I'm going to pass, but thanks. And I'm just like, you let me know. Here's your invite.
dude. Yeah, literally.
Fahey's a great guy.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I was going to say, I think I need to
ready to close
probably.
up?
Yeah. Time's up.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for.
Thank you
tuning in.
guys.
Thank you,
This-
Michael.
yeah.
Welcome to the show.
This was.
Can you come back for another episode sometime?
Sure.
Ooh, if we have time. I was gonna say we're running.
We are running out of time.
Also, though, one thing that will be happening, we don't know exactly when, but In and Alt is gonna do like a series finale, and I think it'll probably be like the Sunday before finals, like the Sunday of finals, and we're gonna do just like a big party in here. We're gonna just be playing music because like Basil and I were like, we know how we want to start it and we know how we want to end it.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of want to hang out and play music, and if anyone wants to come
definitely.
by, and so I'll make an announcement. We'll make like a poster. We'll figure out a time, and we'll announce it during the Chapman Radio meeting.
Yeah.
But this is like the first public announcement of like literally anyone who wants to show up. We'll post about it and just come hang out. We can literally upload songs and then
Hell yeah.
just listen to them and do whatever.
Mhm.
So if you guys want to be
Sounds
on,
good.
literally anyone, preferably more Chapman Radio, but also literally anyone who wants to come. We've interviewed like the people that sit over at that desk because we were just like, hey, you want to be on our show?
That's awesome.
So
That's sweet.
So, thank you for tuning in to
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Jack
Jack
and
and
Chesco,
Chesco, Michael
Woodward.
Woodward.
Take care, family.
You got it. You got it. Take care. Love you
Take
guys.
care. Love you guys.
see you guys.